Right now, your boy Lionheart is really super excited to bring on my next guest, right, who goes by the name of Kemi Sulola, right, who is a singer, songwriter, artist, and creative producer who is really making some waves in the underground UK R&B and soul scene, right? She is, within her career, reminiscent of the 90s era, but with a contemporary flair and vibrancy also. Please do give me a warm round of applause for the one and only Kemi Sulola. Kemi, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, Lion. Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. I have to say this, and I say this every time I get a singer on the show. I am jealous of you. I'm jealous of your ability. I will always be envious and find a way, all right, to croak my voice to someone else's song. What led you down this path, all right, of becoming a singer, right? Being someone that I can appreciate, but secretly and publicly hate also because you're more talented than me when it comes to singing.
Do you know what? There's a Zimbabwean saying, it says, if you can talk, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance. So if you can make the sound, you can maybe sing a bit.
Now listen, you say this, right? And I had a really, really great conversation with a gentleman named David Arnold, right? Incredible composer, right? Award-winning composer. And he said to me a similar thing. He said, if you're a poet and you can speak, well, you're a singer. And he made me think I could sing. So I walked down my road, as I usually do after radio, right? Singing from the top of my lungs to whatever favorite song I was playing at the time. And I tell you this now. When you've got headphones in, you sound like the artist you are singing to. When you take one of the headphones out, you sound like something is happening to a cat that shouldn't be happening. I'm not saying anything else, all right? My friend, what led you down the path of becoming a singer?
You know what? I don't know. I think it's just a combination of, it has to be something that, you enjoy yourself. So I had that, but also just the feedback of other people who enjoyed hearing me sing or listening to me sing songs on my own song. So yeah, just that feeling inside, but just from others as well.
I've grown up in a household, right? My dad loves reggae music. My mum too, right? So I was always around it. I was always around music blazing. My dad, I think he had a sound system during Carnival.
Yeah.
What are the musical influences that you had? Because, I grew up on, Michael Jackson, Amaran, if you want to, put some contemporary names in. Come on, a little B2K, right? And there are a lot of singers that made me think, I want to do what you do. But I just feel like I didn't have the time to invest in it. What influences made you feel this is something I want to do and I want to be as good as you, if not better?
Very similar upbringing. So my dad had the sound system as well. So he's got a lot of vinyl records, a lot of reggae records and Motown classics. And then my mum would play a lot of Afro beats and gospel music. And then my brothers would play a lot of hip hop and R&B. So there was just all of these different influences around me growing up. And then, I don't know, I feel like you just imitate them first. Like, I think maybe I remember like Destiny's Child or the Spice Girls. I used to go to Brighton Beach and I'd be singing Spice Girl songs.
Tell me what you want.
Literally, that was me.
I love it. So it's those inspirations, that kickstart us, that spark our careers. And sometimes, these artists never get to know how they impacted us, how they sparked the revolution for us to follow in someone's footsteps. I'm going to say this, there are many hours, 10,000 hours approximately it takes to become, great in one profession. How many hours do you think you've dedicated to harness this smooth voice of yours? I'm curious because we don't talk about this enough. There's so much background.
That's actually a great question. And when I think about it, I actually do put a lot into it. Like when I was young, I used to go to be part of choirs, so I'd sing a lot with groups. I do vocal lessons, even now recently, only because it's been very cold. So you've had to stop for a while, but I've been doing one-to-one lessons with a teacher. So I definitely put in a lot of, energy to practice. And then when I'm recording in the studio and I'm writing songs, just in the morning, in the shower, like I'm always singing, I'm always exercising, what I have and what I enjoy. So, I feel like I've done my hours, I hope. But obviously there's always more to
There's always more hours to clock in.
So, yeah.
There's always more hours to clock in. There was a point in time, right? And I'm talking back to the days of Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, the old school R&B greats, right? The foremothers, I think they call it, the godmothers of R&B and soul. And my question is, some people used to criticize the more contemporary singers who, let's say, had a certain aesthetic or they had, they met a certain brand image, but their talent wasn't as strong as the previous singers who used to, reign supreme during the charts. What are your views on, some people who are in positions right now who haven't put the amount of hours that you have, but for whatever reason, they have viral hits or viral sensations? Do you think that talent is predicated more on image or more on their vocal ability nowadays?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It depends. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes it is the case. You might have more nicer pictures, or just like, for example, if you go on reality TV shows or stuff like that. But I would actually give anyone who is out there credit, because even if you do it by chance or it's been a viral moment, there's been a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't see. And I think, things don't just happen like that. People have worked hard, and sometimes these opportunities just come because, it's finally paid off.
Right.
So I don't think it's always fair to just be like, oh, they're just there because, I don't know, they look good or whatever. But that does happen as well. But I feel, time will tell, and the real ones will stay. And the ones that are just supposed to be there for a moment, then, they'll just have that moment. So,
do you know, you're definitely PR trained, all right? I'm definitely going to add that. You smoothly just went around that question. Like, yeah, no, I appreciate everyone. Everyone's good. And there are those people, but, we don't have to talk about that.
No, but I think as I'm aspiring and trying to do my thing, I realise there's just so many avenues and there's so many options and opportunities, and some things will work and some things won't, but what's for you will work. So
no, I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by it, and I'm not trying to be the Simon Cowell of BBC Radio London right now, and provoke you to say something which is offhand. But I've noticed that the characters of artists are being the things that spearhead them on social media, right? You see people being cheeky, talking down on other artists, even name dropping them in interviews. And I'm thinking, wow, we've really got to that point where singers have become battle rappers, all right? They become the people that are, talking down on this person. Where has the talent focus gone, right? You had to be the Whitney Houston, the Mariah Careys to reach these certain notes to really be appreciated, Where are we at nowadays? Do you feel like people prioritize skill set or, viral phenomenons? Because you could be someone, let's say, for instance, me and you did a TikTok and we did a dance and that gave you 2 million views in a day. Record labels are going to be interested in you because you can get a certain attention. But when you're a singer now, and I've seen some really phenomenal singers busking on the street, but they don't have the opportunity to be signed by A&Rs. Do you think that we need to change that in our culture? Is that something that you would like to see change? Or maybe
definitely.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you, but no, we definitely do need to change it, because it is unfortunate now because of social media and the internet. They want more than the singer, so they want to know about the artist and, your life and your day-to-day. They want more, so... that can be, very hard for an artist sometimes, especially if you don't really want to share your personal life all the time. So I don't know. I do think it needs to come back to the music. But I feel like the era that we're in at the moment, especially with everything that's happening, I think people want that rawness again. They want to relate to the music again, and I'm hoping that's what I want to bring, just make it about the music again. So, well,
listen, you bring that and you bring ambition, all right? You've performed at stages like Troy Bar, Roundhouse, Rainbow Theatre, the Jazz Cafe, which I love, out there in Camden.
Yeah.
What's one of the ambitions that you have, that in the near future, that you can either perform with someone, be on a particular stage? Do you have a vision board that you've sculpted, what you want your career to look like? What's your dream ambition for your career as a singer?
There's so many. I really just want to reach people and reach more people. And I've got a few songs and projects that I've been writing that, which are really telling my story, which I thought people will relate to. And I just really want to get it out there. So I don't really have necessarily names. Obviously, there's big, great people in the industry I'd love to work with. I love Solange. I love Raphael Sadiq. I love,
classics. Come on. I love it.
He's an amazing producer and artist. So... there's a lot of great people out there, but I just want to connect with my tribe and get my voice out there. So, that's why, I'm so grateful for opportunities like this, just to be out there. And I actually have got a story as well. We actually met years ago. I remember I saw you do your poetry
You're lying.
at an event.
You're
No, literally. And then I wanted to buy your book, but I didn't have the money at the time. And I think we met like a few days after in Oxford Circus, and I bought the book from you.
Oh my goodness, I remember. That
Do you
is
remember?
crazy.
And I remember them times, I think I had red hair as well. I don't know what type of crisis I was going through at the time, but I remember I had a red wig.
Do you know what? Let me just say this, right? Because this conversation could have went left.
Yeah,
it could have went left. Because there have been some times where I'm like, oh, wait, they don't have. Oh, let me just. You were so. I actually remember you. This is absolutely.
Do you? Wow, I'm scary.
You've got me so on edge right now, right? I remember that because
So
I've been
big
in
up to you
situations.
for where you've come. It's amazing.
No, I appreciate you, man. And it comes down to what you said, ambition, putting the hours in and really putting yourself into spaces where you can thrive. And I think that's something where,
Definitely.
being in the open mic circuit, being in places on the ground level and pushing yourself day by day, week by week, month by month to get your voice and get your talent heard. And I want you and your voice to be heard right now, Kemi Sulola, right?
Oh,
So we're gonna play your song, If, on BBC Radio London right now. Can you just give me a warm introduction before we play it?
Yeah, this is my song, If. It's just about love and life, and I just hope you enjoy it.
Knowing in my heart I'll find a way. I'll make it to the other side, okay? Though they say that quitting's for the weak, born for this so I can never quit. But if I should fall, would you catch me and raise me up again? And if all that went wrong, would you make it right? Or would you go and give up on me? Oh, if this love is plain to see, what would you do to prove to me you can? Show me something. If I reach out to you and you stay or leave, how can I guarantee that you'll be there? Show me something. Oh, if this love is plain to see, what would you do to prove to me? If show me something. If I reach out to you and you stay or leave, how can I guarantee that you'll be there? Oh, show me something. If I was lost, would you find me and hold me in your arms? So many questions, ooh, looking for answers. Can you tell me you'll be there? Oh, I've longed for the days like sunny noons in May. We can look back on what we made and we weather through the storm. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I see those times ahead, but I keep wondering, oh, if this love is plain to see, what would you do to prove to me you can? Show me something. If I reach out to you and you stay or leave, how can I guarantee that you'll be there? Oh, show me something. Oh, if this love is plain to see, what would you do to prove to me? Oh, show me something. If I reach out to you and you stay or leave, how can I guarantee you'll be there? You'll be there. Oh, show me something. If I should fall, would you catch me? Oh, tell me how you feel. But if I held on, what would be the use if you would let go? And what would be the cost to make you so unavailable? If I had to let you go and unmeasurable, then maybe I should have no fear at all, no fear at all. Oh, show me something.
Oh my goodness. Kemi Sulola, right? Now we just have to bring attention to this because those hours that you put into your voice clearly shows. The lack of hours I put into mine Also, Kemi shows that song If absolutely serenades my ears, and hopefully serenades the rest of our
bless
BBC
you.
Radio London familia. You are clearly onto something with your vocality, with your vibrancy and your tone. What is the future going to look like for you, right? You've got your dreams, you've got your ambitions, but what does 2022 look like for Kemi Sulola next year?
Do you know what? I just feel like it's just a year of just being free and just following, really just following what's in my heart. So I'm just excited. I'm always feeling inspired. I mean, I know the climate's a bit crazy, but there's a lot to share, and I'm just looking forward to getting out there and just singing more. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, be relentless, my friend, all right? With a voice like
thank
yours.
you.
There was someone who told me the other day, we had a really heart-to-heart, right? It was a project that I had, and I had a lot of issues with it. And he goes to me, right? He's like one of the elders in the community. He goes to me, talent should never have doubt. Doubt they are not allowed to have within their mind. And if you, my friend, ever have a moment of doubt, just remember that you are too talented to ever have a minute or an ounce of doubt in your head. So just kick it to the curb, all right? You are supremely talented. Keep on being relentless. Throw your music in front of the right people's faces and keep on letting the Londoners and the rest of the world hear about Kemi Sulola. My friend, let them know where they can find you, where you're next going to be popping up in the scene. Let them know your socials. Give it to them, my friend.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, you can just find me online, Kemi Sulola, so that's KemiSulola. I've got a website where I kind of just tried to gather a lot about myself and what I'm doing and performances and my Spotify and all that stuff, but you can follow me on Instagram and all that. But yeah, reach out and connect.
That's right. Reach out and connect and vibes along to the song If. That is Kemi Sulola here on BBC Radio London. You take care, my friend. I'll speak to you soon. To the rest of my BBC Radio London familia, let's keep this going, all right? Before we do play the next song, support our Londoners, all right? Support those musicians that are coming out who have spent years and years on their craft and, give you moments, minutes and hours of absolute entertainment. Kemi Sulola is definitely one of them, and there are many, many more of us too, all right? So always support our homegrown talent.